And good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to today's episode of that one show that one guy called so pathetic and lazy content that they'd rather be on government subsidies. In the news today, it's all about auto atrocities. A man headbutts a car window and flies out like a dolphin. A fork of a tractor goes right through a car and apparently winds up going through the windshield. May or may not have impaled somebody. Also, we have proof that Tupac Shakur is actually dead to be presented at the drive-by murder trial. Yes, I'm going to introduce you in a second. Take it easy. But in the meantime, people, don't forget to engage. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe. The goal is 100 likes today for each video, and even if we can make it to 150, that would be absolutely smashing. If you're feeling generous, please consider sending through a super chat. At $50, we now unlock Labracam. That's right, I'm pimping out the dog. Your support truly makes a difference, so even if it only keeps the channel running, that'd be very much appreciated. And people, mark your calendars. This Saturday, I'm reviving Source Saturday and unveiling the Tears of Fear. Later on today, I will be posting exactly what they entitle, but let's just say, there may be 10 tears, but there's a secret hidden one. If we reach that, I'm probably going to puke. So, for every $100 in chat, you get the chance to up the ante. Every time I laugh, I'll have to taste something even more disgusting. But let's get stuck into it, people. Welcome to today's episode of Law News and Laughter. Yes, psychedelic. I tried to sort of like phrase everything and get it all in one place and just, but I wanted to add in an extra bit and it didn't quite flow. I'll get there. I will get there. But let's get stuck into this news, shall we? Alrighty, man raged before careening through a Portland parade. Video shows they've got it all blocked off. I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I thought when I saw this photo was, oh shit, it's a dollar store version of Law Talk with Mike. Saving of memes, you should be afraid. Oh, I don't doubt it, does it? The driver who panicked crowds and sent the Rose Festival parade goers diving for cover was overtaken by a fit of rage when he encountered a series of closed interstate exits and traffic blocking his path, according to dashcam footage. That's pretty bad. What's pretty bad? Meh. Portland's already lost, set a match. They've got it all blocked off. The Lloyd's Centre exit, the Convention Centre exit, every exit, Sydney Metcham screams, adding a flurry of profanity and a chorus of honks, according to the video from his truck. The Oregonian Oregon Live. That's really what they call the newspaper? Okay. Obtained a copy of the footage from prosecutors under a public records request. Metcham remains in custody in the infamous jail in northeast Portland on reckless driving charges in the June 10 parade crashing. Damn, he's still behind the wheel. Not quite as bad as Brooks. This guy tried. Pretty sure he wasn't successful. The judge denied the bail for the 42-year-old from St. Helens during a hearing in August. The dashcam cameras captured his pickup plowing through a series of traffic cones and then driving over a curb and stopping onto a sloped shoulder covered in vegetation on Broadway and Wheeler Street exits on northbound Interstate 5. Just before 10 a.m., prosecutors say. The Rose Festival Grand Floral Parade was just about to begin when thousands of people had gathered around the 2-mile route. After crashing through the first set of Oregon Department of Transportation barricades, he sent children and clowns playing on the street, scurrying for cover, with an accompaniment of sirens and thumping bass from his own stereo, playing a song by Atlanta rapper Yale Wolf. Oh no. He went after the clowns, an unsuccessful Brooks. Man, how shitty can life get? Well, yeah, he looks pretty shitty. I will laugh if he appears per se. That's gotta be funny. He then turned his silver Chevy Avalanche onto Northeast Martin Luther King Boulevard. Uh-oh. Officer David Bauer drove his police motorcycle into the path of the truck and motioned for him to pull over, according to a memo written by prosecutors. Bauer said Meacham ignored his orders and instead accelerated. "I'm trying to get out of here," he said, according to the video. Meacham drove over more chairs and barricades as he sped along on Northeast Wasco Street. A police car tried to stop him at a nearby intersection where he was caught in traffic at a light. So he's driving through a parade, but at least he still stops for the red light. But he continued his wild ride before eventually pulling over on Northeast 24th Avenue, where he was arrested according to the prosecutor's memo. Hang on. He faces nearly 40 criminal charges, including multiple counts of reckless driving and hit-and-run property damage, as well as about 24 traffic violations. He's lucky because no injuries were reported during the scare, and the parade was held as planned. He has previous citations of driving uninsured, speeding, and making an unlawful turn. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Who cares if he's got an unlawful turn? Are you serious? Like, yeah, no. Alright, where's his footage? Graphic language. Okay, hang on, people. If you've been on my channel for even a small amount of time, A, hit the like button. B, you know that there's always going to be graphic warnings, so... Let's do this. Holy shit! What's he... the constructor was just like, yeah, I'm just getting out of the road. That... Graphic language. Whoa, shit, fuck, damn it. Yep. Sound like my brother in traffic. Essential link to Annie knows Twitter that shows the camera on him. He is hilarious. Okay. I'm so getting copyright claim because it's fucking cool. Whoa, okay. This... Wait. Hang on. So he's coming through the traffic. Woman stops. She's getting out of the road. She realizes. Grandma's sitting in the chairs like, oh shit, I need to move. Now, is this a homeless guy or is this a clown? But, does he do what I think he does? Yep, he's getting ready. He's throwing shit. I thought I heard something. That's funny. He's winding up for the toss, and there it is. That's great. Homeless guy, clown, same thing. It's a toy trolley selling toys. Okay. Alright, let's continue. See, and he pulled over like that, and it's like, well, because this is sort of where I stopped the footage initially when I watched this. Because I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't very exciting at all. Attention municipalities, when you're having a parade, use concrete jersey barriers. But he keeps going, and I didn't realise that. Cop's just like, stop! Yeah, good luck with that. Don't stop there, it gets better. It's impressive he didn't hit anyone, but fuckhead still needs a long time in prison. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Dashcam footage. I'm not even sure this guy's in his right mind at this point, which is really interesting. Okay, so running a red light, so we got a traffic violation. Police officer on the motorcycle. Keep him going. No, they didn't let Daryl out of prison, Dwayne. He seems high. He does, doesn't he? Add an extra charge for the ship music. After Brooks, he's lucky to be alive. That's a good point. I think they might have been justified in, I mean, hello, Linda Drescher, how you doing? I genuinely think there's a chance here that, they could justify a... unholstering, shall we say? He's not high, he's from New York. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Okay. Oh, alright. They moved the barriers. It's a blue state. If it was a red state, it'd be Swiss cheese. Not the chair! The chair! Give him the chair! Like, oh my god. Like, don't get me wrong, but looking at his face, he did look like he was completely out of it as well. I am extraordinarily curious to find out what his toxicology report looks like. And... is it just me, or did it look like he was half-assedly, like, trying to run into people? Like, he didn't follow through. I kind of feel like if he'd actually properly made a proper attempt, there would have been injuries. I'm not sure if this is just he was trying to get the fuck out of there, or if this is just, like, whatever else, but it was an LGBT parade. He drove through it calling everybody European cigarettes. I haven't heard a single word of that so far, Mandy, but we'll If you're going to commit driving crimes, turn your dash cam off. Yeah, that's not legal advice, that's just common sense. So he's back in regular traffic, so now he's calmed down, apparently. There's the cops looking for him. That's funny. I muted it just in time for it to come through at the, Yeah, no, he, might seem that way because he's DUI, not reacting in real time. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But it's like, well, shit. Like that, I'm very glad that this did not turn bad. It could have been quite terrible. I love that his dashcam got him on his phone too. Like, it'll be interesting to see if that's what they hammer him for as well. But anyway, alright. Moving on. Motorist accused of using handheld mobile phone whilst driving has charge dismissed after self-representing himself in court. We've gone from Darrell Brooks in the parade to Darrell Brooks the pro se, except this guy actually wins. Cormac McKillen, 45, of Glenariff Crescent in Ballymena, denied the charge and represented himself in court during a contested hearing. He told Antrim Magistrates Court, sitting in Ballymena, that he denied using a phone and said he'd been driving home at around 11 PM on May 7 this year, and was leaning his head on his hand because he was tired. Interesting. That's one way to say that. Okay. Took me too long to realise that he has his own dashcam recording. Yeah. He got caught out by his own dashcam. The court heard a police officer said in a statement that she was in the passenger seat of a police vehicle which had been waiting to turn at the junction of Ballymena when she saw a vehicle go past on a major road, and the driver was holding his mobile phone with his right hand pressed to his ear. The officer said the area was fully illuminated with street lighting, and the accused appeared to be speaking as his mouth was moving. Police spoke to Mr. McKillen a short distance away, and when cautioned, he replied, "You've no evidence." The accused cross-examined the police officer, and said he had been resting his head on his hand whilst driving. He told them, my car is automatic and I was just cruising on my way home. I was tired. The officer said she believed Mr. Kellerman had been holding his phone. I saw what appeared to be a mobile phone, she told the court. He said he had no mobile phone with him, but instead it was at his home. Ooh, okay, interesting. Where's the GPS data? He asked the officer if they had searched for a mobile phone, and the officer said that was not something we would do when we stop someone for a mobile phone. You're alleging someone's illegally using a mobile phone, and you don't check whether or not they actually have a mobile phone. A rare case of someone actually representing himself and winning? Yeah. It's Ballymena. Okay, Ballymena. He had one of those handheld phones from Total Recall. Hand phones from Total Recall. Well, either that, or did you see a little while ago that the idiot that for YouTube, he baked a bunch of cookies that looked like iPhones, and he was driving around holding them up like this, and when he was getting pulled over, he was saying to the cops, "I don't have a phone," and taking a bite out of the cookie. Like, I think that's funny. Why not, he said. You're accusing me. My phone was in my house, so why didn't you search for my phone? The officer said the evidence was two officers' statements and observations. Yes, because eyewitness testimony is always so reliable. It's not as if people routinely mistake colours of vehicles, or even, like, ethnicity of individuals that they believe commit crimes. She told the judge that when speaking to Mr. McKillum through the open window of the car, she had not asked to see his phone. The officer said that he replied he wasn't on his phone. He interjected in the court to say he also said that the officer had no evidence and that the reason he was saying was because he had no phone. There were no other prosecution witnesses. It was literally his word against theirs. Believe you're using something. I do not check if you have, even if you have the thing 10 out of 10 tax funding. Well, in response to the prosecutor, Mr. McKellen told the court, it was not my job to tell the police that the phone was at home. Exactly. He doesn't have to prove a damn thing. He said the officer was clearly mistaken in claiming that he'd been on his phone. In giving his ruling, the judge said that it would have been dark and the street was illuminated, and the officer had said the accused appeared to have been using a mobile phone. When spoken to by police, the judge said Mr. McKellum denied the offence and you have no evidence. His account was that he was leaning on his head on his hand, sort of like this, I assume. That the accused said that might explain why the officer was mistaken. And see, this is it. This is beyond reasonable doubt in action. Because there is enough here, and they had no evidence to the contrary. Even if they actually had a photo of him or something, unless you could actually see the hand, like the phone in his hand and that sort of thing, I kind of feel like there's always the chance that he might have gotten away with this anyway. Judge Broderick said legal guidelines ask courts to remind themselves that an honest witness can be mistaken. I think in all the circumstances, the officer gave what I thought was straightforward evidence. Equally, Mr. McKillum gave straightforward evidence as well. I wasn't particularly impressed with his reluctance to explain to the officer that his mobile phone wasn't on his person or in his vehicle. Had he done so, then I would have thought that there were reasonable grounds for the officer to conduct a search. But given the fact that he didn't say nor make the case at the scene, that there were no grounds for a search. Good morning, Brian. Surprised someone from my shithole country won their legal case in court. The dude sounds like he's a Fenian, so probably why he won. Possibly. Given the time of night and the fact that the officer's evidence was that he appeared to have been holding a mobile phone, and given the fact that essentially it was one officer's word against the defendants, in my view, the officer has made an honest mistake, and I can't be satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant was using his phone. The judge said that the standard of proof in criminal cases is beyond a reasonable doubt, and given the circumstances of the case, I can't be so satisfied. So on that basis, I'm going to mark the matter dismissed. Guy was lucky. He got away with it. This is what happens. You keep your mouth shut, aside from saying you have no evidence. Well, yeah, that's not going to lead to a search, so. There was a lady charged with using my mobile phone. She was actually eating an ice cream, had receipts. Like literal receipts. That's great. Akron Automotive Business finds criminal in a car, takes matters into their own hands. This is great. Employees at the Arlington Auto Wrecker in Akron got creative when they realized a man had broken into one of their cars, going to extreme measures to make sure that he couldn't escape. When employees at the auto wreckers realized that the man had broken into one of their vehicles and was still inside, they lifted the car up with their forklift and left him hanging in the air until police arrived. Their antics even had the 911 operator cracking up. So he's still in the car, about 20 feet in the air in the loader, the employee told 911. Wonderful, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard, she said with a laugh. They said with a laugh. Well, we will get someone out to you. Employees at the Akron police said they were sick and tired of people breaking into their shop and stealing from them. So when they caught the man who had broken into one of the cars, for what they claimed was the third time, they weren't taking any chances. He broke into a car in the junkyard, and before he could get out, he'd done it before. They got the forklift, and they had him, I'm not kidding, 20 feet off the ground. So when we got there, he went right into custody. An officer told some other officers when he returned to the station. Employees at the auto wreckers on North Arlington Street told police that they found the man on Tuesday afternoon and decided that there was no way they were letting him escape. We're having a lot of trouble with people stealing stuff and everything. We've got this guy that's passed out or crashed in one of our vehicles in the yard. And I got the vehicle picked up with the loader and he's probably 20 feet in the air now, and I refuse to drop this thing and let him run. I mean, we've had so many problems here with theft and catalytic converters and just fires and everything. The police arrested 26-year-old Alexander Funk for criminal trespass and possessing criminal tools. Police said Funk was wearing a backpack that had a sawzall cutting tool, sawzall blades, and several other tools. Alright, man, here's the deal. Here's the deal. This lot is... There's been a serious amount of break-ins and converters cut off, and you got a sawzall, and you're in a private area of a business not open to the public. Not open to the public. See how that works? If it's not open to the public, you can get arrested for trespassing. Because it's not open to the public. Akron is a shithole. Where are we? Copper, to be honest, brother, not gonna lie, he admitted. 19 News found that at least 2 other police reports from this year of people breaking into the business or stealing catalytic converters from their cars. Employees told police Funk had broken in several times before. They said they let him go the first time. The second time he had escaped. I was putting the car in the shop and he was in the back seat. We called the police on him, one employee told the police. We were waiting for you guys to get here, and he shoved one of my guys out of the way and took off running. You guys were looking for him across the street for about an hour. This is the 3rd time now, and it's the same guy. Funk had several run-ins with the law recently, and the Akron man has been convicted of criminal trespassing and drug abuse and entering a condemned building. He also had a warrant out for disorderly conduct. Why rob the same place numerous times? Might be the... This guy isn't smart, we know this. But I'm assuming it's the most easily accessible place to get catalytic converters. Let's look at the body cam footage.
Some auto shop employees got very creative when they realized a man had broken into one of their cars, going to extreme measures to make sure he couldn't escape. Our Kelly Kennedy first brought you this story last night, but new tonight, she has the unbelievable body cam video of what happened that you'll see on just one station.
This is amazing, dude.
Employees at Arlington Auto Wrecking in Akron are sick and tired of people breaking into their shop and stealing from them. So when they caught a man who had broken into one of their cars for what they claim was the 3rd time, they weren't taking any chances.
He broke into a car at the junkyard, and before he could get out, he's done it before. They got like the forklift, and they had him, I'm not kidding, like 20 feet off the ground. So
the cop's reaction, he's just like...
got there, we went right into custody.
It happened Tuesday afternoon. Employees
What's that, Mandy? They need some dogs? Well, speaking of dogs, people, don't forget, if we get to $50 in Super Chats, we have Labracam. And you know what? I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Angel. Labracam! Say hello. Say hello, Angel. Oh, don't be lazy. No, where you going? Get back here. There we go. No, over here, over here. Sit. Nope. Okay, fine. Back to the news. No, we're not looking at your butthole. Come on. Thank you for that, Angel.
Lift to suspend the car in midair.
It was pretty impressive, honestly.
So when police arrived, it was an easy arrest.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back, all right?
Police arrested 26-year-old Alexander Funk.
Look at the mugshot!
For criminal trespassing and possessing criminal tools.
All right, man, well, here's the deal. This lot has been, there's been a serious amount of break-ins and converters cut off, and you got a sawzall, and you're in the private area of the business. It's not open to the public.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what I mean? So what do you got?
He's not high at all.
Copper, to be honest, brother, not gonna lie.
I found at least 2 other police reports from this year of people either breaking into vehicles at this business or people stealing catalytic converters from this business. Employees told police Funk had broken in several times before. They said they let him go the first time. They said the second time he escaped.
I was putting the car in the shop and he was in the back seat, and we called the police on you guys.
Fine, upstanding Ohio citizen.
One of my guys on the
Yep.
way and took off running.
Funk has had several run-ins with the law recently. The Akron man has been convicted of criminal trespassing, drug abuse, and
Something about her face just doesn't look right to me, and I don't know what it is. Is it... yeah, I don't know.
entering a condemned building. He also had a warrant out for disorderly conduct. He'll be in court on the
Series of
criminal
poor life
trespassing
choices.
and possessing criminal tools charges on October 27th. Reporting in the newsroom, Kelly Kennedy, 19 News.
Oh, that's not okay. The pause thing makes it... Where I've paused it makes it look like she's getting stabbed. That's not great. No, I don't think it's the forehead. I feel like her face is just a little bit too elongated, maybe. It's like... okay. Anyway. So, here's the tractor story. Court hears of a tractor that smashed through the windscreen of a car during a Lurgan crash as man pleads to dangerous driving. Samuel Akerson from Keedy Road in Keedy appeared before the court charged with reckless driving. Prosecutor revealed that on Monday, October 24 last year. It's taken them almost 12 months to get around to this. At around 7 p.m, police received a report of a two-vehicle collision on New Line Road. It was reported as a high-impact collision between a car and a tractor, and that the vehicles were on fire. Upon the police arrival, the ambulance service and fire and rescue service were also in attendance. Both vehicles were still in situ. Really? Both vehicles were still in place on the road. The tractor had its forks on the rear of the vehicle, and as a result of the RTC, had went through the windshield of the car. All persons involved were checked over by the ambulance staff at the scene, and none reported any injuries. Boo! Why is this news then? Boring. The driver of the car alleged that the tractor had not had any lights on, and as a result, he had not seen it in the dark. An independent witness confirmed the tractor did not have any lights on at the time of the collision. When the defendant was interviewed, he stated he only had one rear spotlight illuminating on the tractor. He admitted that his standard of driving fell far below that of a competent driver. No shit, you think? Akerson's barrister Connor Looney said this could have been far worse for everybody. He doesn't seem to get that he doesn't seem to get that reading the pre-sentence report. It's a miracle that no one was even scratched. The car was on fire by the time police arrived. But for the grace of God, everybody not only survived but emerged unscathed. It could have been far different. The lawyer described his client as not particularly engaged in conversation and fairly monosyllabic. One-syllable responses when talking to your lawyer is not helpful. Yeah. Nah. Meh. He finds it hard to express himself. However, the last couple of times he's been in court, he's been in tears. He's bright enough to know that it could have been far worse. There is victim empathy there. I'm wondering if the guy's slow. That's what it's sounding like to me. He's from a farming community. It was his father's tractor on the day. He lives near Keedy and does work around the North Armour area for the last number of years. On the day in question, he took the chance. He took a chance. He is bright enough to know that there was a risk to everybody involved. He had a spotlight, which I understand is manually operated. He claims he could manually position it to shine out the rear direction so that cars could see it. They clearly didn't, and even if they did, it would have been insufficient on an October night. He has a good work ethic and is able to keep up his job with his mother and family and friends. Damn it, I'm going to have to take a quick call, guys. BRB. Where's the BRB gone? Shit, there it is. Hello, I'm attorney Hayden Glaister, better known to many of you as Aussie Overlaw'd on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. For years, I've fought for justice in the courtroom, but today, I'm here to introduce you to a new kind of justice. The justice for inner peace. Are you tired of the daily grind? Exhausted by life's endless challenges? Do you need a moment of respite or an escape from this boring reality? Introducing the Dragon's Treasure Teas, where they bring the power of relaxation one sip at a time. Life can be tough. We all face challenges, the stress of work, the chaos of daily life, and the never-ending demands on our time. It's enough to make anyone feel like they're backed into a corner. But at Dragon's Treasure's Tea, they've found the solution, and it's steeped in the wisdom of centuries of storytelling and the occasional anime battle. The tea blends are expertly crafted and hand-picked from the most serene gardens in all of Middle-earth, and flavoured with some of the most difficult to find mythical creatures. Each cup of Dragon's Treasure Tea is a journey to tranquility, a sip of solace, and a respite from the storm. And the best part? They're not just offering you a tea, they're offering you a way of life. A life where serenity prevails and stress is just a distant memory. So if you're ready to take a break from the chaos and find your own piece of serenity, visit dragonstreasure.com. Dragon's Treasure Teas, where justice meets anime and relaxation. Remember, life is a journey, and every sip of Dragon's Treasure Tea brings you one step closer to your own oasis of serenity. Or, you know, a half-decent anime. Dragon's Treasure's Tea. Use code KOALA for 10% off. Side effects may include spiky hair, a powerful aura, main character syndrome, an inexplicable urge to take up swordplay and archery, reincarnation into a fantasy world, and generally just having a good time. Dragon's Treasure Tea. Oh, damn it. Forgot that the trigger warning was on. Thank you for putting up with that, people. Very much appreciate it. Thank you to Brian Wilkinson. Holy shit. Thank you so much for that. What was it, $50 to release the lab? Just bought a house and I can spend money again. Super excited for that, and this is for you. Hugely appreciated, Brian. Damn it, doggo. Hang on. I need to fix that. There we go. Oh no, now that doesn't look right. What the? Okay, how do I fix this? Labracam needs to be above the window, but it needs to be below that. Maybe I'll just... Oh, how do I fix this? How do I fix this? Maybe if I ungroup the window, which is that one. Nope. That one? Nope. That one. Okay. So lock that. Move that. Can I physically? Yes. There we go. Hey, look at that. Thank you, Ryan, because that, if you hadn't sent through that super chat, I would never have actually realized that that was going to be a problem. So that's even better. But congratulations on the house. I'm very happy for you. I'm actually going to take a drink for that. And cheers for the super chat. That is huge and hugely appreciated. Get the doggo to a better bed. She loves that bed. But actually, there probably is going to be another bed for her because someone got in contact and they want me to grift their dog beds for them. So they're going to send me a, like, what's what's the word? A sample one, and then we're going to review it. Whether it's shit or not. I mean, but she loves that bird. She's a good doggo. And Brian, thank you so much. One more time. Congratulations, thank you people. Make sure you thank Brian in the chat for unlocking Labracam. Yes, I am just calling it that because let's face it, it can't be a blatant rip-off of Dogcam. But, alrighty, moving on. Judge slain in a driveway after a child custody ruling. Police in America are searching for a man who suspected of fatally shooting a Maryland judge who had just awarded custody of the suspect's children to his wife on the day of the killing. The judge was shot in his driveway on Thursday evening while his wife and son were home just hours after he ruled against the suspect in a divorce case. Washington County Sheriff Brian Albert said authorities were actively working to apprehend 49-year-old Pedro Argo for the targeted attack of Maryland Maryland Circuit Court Judge Andrew Wilkinson. Dog is the same. He refused to let go of the bed. He's outgrown, even if his butt only fits. Yeah, I can get that. We all know it's a blatant rip-off of Dogcam. Of course it's a blatant rip-off of Dogcam. That'll teach the next judge who should have custody. Proving that his kids are better off without him. Wilkinson, 52, was found with a gunshot wound at around 8 p.m. on Thursday outside his home in Hagerstown. Authorities said Wilkinson was taken to Meritus Medical Center where he died from his injuries. Albert said said at a news conference on Friday that Argo was considered armed and dangerous. Albert declined to identify the type of weapon used in the slaying. What the? Why? Why would you decline to answer that? That's... Care? Why? Declined to answer, although he legally owned a handgun. Judges across the US have been the target of threats and sometimes violence in recent years. Recent years? President Joe Biden last year signed a bill to give around-the-clock security protection to the families of Supreme Court justices after the leak of a draft court opinion overturning Roe v. Wade prompted protests outside conservative US Supreme Court justices' homes. Wilkinson had presided over a divorce proceeding involving Argo earlier on Thursday, but Argo was not present during the hearing, Albert said. The judge gave custody of the children to the wife at the hearing. Dude, that's your own friggin' fault. If you didn't show up to the hearing and the court automatically awarded it against you, that's on you. What? It's not a rip-off if you trademark Dogcam before Jeff does. No, see, here's the problem. Because... Just make sure your daughter isn't going to walk in front of the doggo cam. That's a good point, John, but no, that's fine. What was I going to say? Now that there are multiple versions of Dogcam, it would be problematic to trademark Dogcam. Change the name to Dingo Vid. Well, she's not a dingo. She's a Labrador cross. I mean, she was sold to us as a purebred Labrador, but she's definitely got some golden retriever in her. Did it just go to an aside about the Supreme Court? Was this a Supreme Court case? No, it was just an aside because Biden gave the Supreme Court judges security after the court case overturning Roe v. Wade. Because, you know, people were stupid and started picketing outside the judges' houses. So, Labracam, yeah. Angel Cam works. Angel. Good girl. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Yeah. Love you, girl. Just don't call it Lab Cam. OnlyFans might get upset. How about Wife Cam? Well, the wife keeps saying she wants to come on, but I mean... A, I don't know that I trust her with you guys, but B, the hell are we going to talk about? She still can't believe that there's people that sit and watch me, like, daily. And he was like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep. Where are we? Wilkinson had presided over the divorce. The judge gave custody of the wife at the hearing, and that was the motive for the killing, according to the sheriff. Wilkinson issued a judgment on Thursday, officially granting the divorce and awarding sole custody of the couple's 4 children, aged 12, 11, 5, and 3, to their mother, the court records show. He ordered Argo to have no contact with the children and to pay $1,100 a month in child support. 4 kids and he's paying $1,100 a month. Labby Cam. Puppy cam. Yep. I would have cat cam, but Jingles is either licking his butthole or attacking my legs. Nicholas, I tried to have pussy cam. Pepper was not having any of it. She just... Nope. She would not sit still, and she wouldn't stay anywhere in view of the camera. Court records show a messy legal battle began when he filed for divorce last year. In his initial court filing, he accused his wife of neglecting her homeschooling responsibilities and failing to properly supervise the children. But she filed a counter-complaint accusing him of cruel treatment, saying she couldn't support herself financially. Grift idea, Lady Overlaw'd takeover when you hit the aggregate donation goal. At some point, she'd need to actually be here. I actually do this during periods when they're not in the house, so... Days later, his wife requested a protective order saying he was harassing her via text, controlling her every move, threatening to abuse their daughter and making false accusations against her. I don't get out of the house without his knowledge, she wrote in the court documents. I know he has weapons on him at all times. A judge granted a temporary protective order, which included a directive that he was to surrender his firearms, but it was dismissed weeks later at the wife's request. He repeatedly proposed that they continue living in the same house while they sorted out their digital advertising business and became more financially stable. Wilkinson wrote in March 23, in his opinion, that his proposal was frankly a non-starter. The testimony leaves this court with an uneasy sense that the father engages in abusive control over the mother, their finances, and their lives. That is not in the best interests of the children. Well, no shit, Sherlock. No! Argo was ordered to move out of the family's home the same day. Messages left seeking comment at the cell phone numbers listed for him were not immediately returned. I fucking wonder why! He's just blown away a judge in his driveway and he's not returning calls. I'm shocked. Thank goodness there's no chicken nugget cam. There were 2 judges murdered last week. Is this judge connected to a synagogue? No. YouTube says live cat cameras are the most popular videos. You make a lot of cash potentially. Yeah, and if Pepper would stay in one damn place without just... Like, literally. That's what she sounded like when I tried to put her in front of the camera yesterday. So sad to see a marriage go to shit. Marriages are sacred. They're supposed to be. Just cause they are supposed to be. Argot didn't have a criminal record in Washington County, but officers had to respond to the residents for verbal domestic assaults twice in the last few years. Attorneys in the divorce case did not immediately respond to emails and calls seeking comment. However, the attorney representing the children had words of praise for the late judge. Judge Wilkinson was an amazing man, father, husband, and judge. How would you know any of that? And I'm blessed to have known and worked with him, said attorney Ashley Wilborn in an email. He is a hero. Hagerstown is a city of nearly 44,000 and lies 120 kilometers northwest of Baltimore in the panhandle of Maryland, near state lines. Albert said he wasn't aware of any previous threats against Wilkinson. Wilkinson was sworn in as a circuit court judge in 2020. The 1994 University of North Carolina graduate received his law degree from Emory University School of Law in 1997. I know why they're including all of this, so that it becomes like a eulogy, but it still feels unnecessary. At his swearing in, he said he wanted to become a judge to serve the community. It's an honor and it's humbling, and I'm happy to serve, he said. Wilkinson thanked retired Judge Frederick C. Wright III for guiding his career. Wilkinson's military family had moved around, but when Wright hired his mother as a law clerk in 1983, Hagerstown became his home. Wilkinson later clerked for Wright. He was quite an outstanding young man, Wright said to the Associated Press. I had the privilege of being his mentor. Other US judges have been targets of violence in the recent years. In 2022, a retired Wisconsin judge, John Romer, was killed in his home in what authorities called a targeted attack. The same month, a man carrying a gun, a knife, and zip ties was arrested near Justice Brett Kavanaugh's house in Maryland after threatening to kill the justice. A men's rights lawyer with a history of anti-feminist writings posed as an FedEx delivery person in 2020 and fatally shot the 20-year-old son of U.S. District Judge Esther Salas and wounded her husband at the New Jersey home. She was in another part of the home at the time and was not injured. And a Texas woman was charged in August with threatening to kill U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan, who was overseeing the Washington case against Donald Trump for conspiring to overturn his 2020 election loss. Yes, for those just coming in, say hello to Labrocam, Angel Cam. People, I have a full bag of schmackos here. Angel desperately wants one. Any super chat up to $5 gives her a schmacko. Okay, moving on. Does Angel get a treat for every 100 likes? Nope, just specified that. Surveillance cameras aimed at cat domain or with a cat room or all over YouTube with millions of subscribers and viewers. Yeah. The gay Aussie has hit one of the goals for the stream. Throw more donations his way to help him reach his others. That would be appreciated. That would be very appreciated. Speaking of which, now that we are at the 50-minute mark, people, please don't forget to engage with the channel. Please hit the thumbs up and double check whether or not you are still subscribed. I myself had my channel unsubscribed from... Sorry, I had my own account unsubscribed from my own channel. Just Cause saying, don't tempt me with a good time. Here you go, Popsy. Angel, look, this is from Just Cause. Say thank you. Sniff. Good girl. Thank you very much, Just Cause. Very much appreciate that. Loving it. Labrocam, not to be confused with Labrocam, the Latin version of the Man Show. Labrocam. Berries, give the girl a damn treat. Here you go, Angel. You know what, I'm going to have to start cutting these in half, otherwise I'm going to run out. Yeah. Oh, you know what, no. Yeah, you can have the full thing. I'll just give it to you in 2 pieces. Sniff. Sniff. No, you're not going to do the thing. She does this trick where if you sit it on her nose, she'll occasionally just let it rest there. Diet treats? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to switch. Where did I get to? Yes, so double check whether or not you're still subscribed. We're aiming for 100 likes on the video, maybe 150 if we can swing it. If you're feeling generous, please feel free to send through a super chat. As you just saw, for $5 super chats, she will get a treat. From tomorrow, I think we're going to switch to a slightly more... diet-friendly treat. We have now actually unlocked Labrocam, which is at the $50 mark, so thank you very much to Brian again, and your support really does truly make a difference to me, both to my self-esteem on this, let's say that, and it keeps the channel running, but also shows how much you value the content, so I very much appreciate it. And don't forget, this Saturday we have the Tears of Fear on Sourced Saturday. I'm just telling you now, the base tier is Nutella. The second tier is mustard, and we go from there. Okay? I had a shepherd that would do that. Sit until I told him he could eat his treat. Yep. I miss my shepherd too. But, yeah, so every time I laugh, and you guys up the ante... Oh, Ashley Casey. She's such a cute doggo. Yes, she is. Yeah, well, that's why Nutella is the base, so that's without any sort of super chats or anything towards the tiers, is Nutella. For every time I laugh, I literally will have to take a spoonful of Nutella. Going up from there, we have... Oh, hang on. What's the order? Let me check the order. Because I do have a proper graphic that I want to put out. But, so, from Nutella, we have baby food, mustard, vinegar, lemon juice. These are not in no particular order. Extra hot spicy sauce, wasabi, and a very special hidden tier. We'll see whether or not we hit that one at all. Now... Oh, is he going to spew again? That's the aim. Ashley Casey with the $5 there. You say thank you to Ashley. Sniff. There you go. Good girl. What's that? How about $50 and Hayden eats half the treat with Angel? Ew. Actually, you know what? That's an idea. Maybe what I'll do is I'll start giving her beef jerky and we can split it. A shepherd is in a dog or a shepherd is in a sheep herder? No, we had a German shepherd. That's a reasonably sad story, so it's a Make Aussie Puke stream. If you can. Because obviously I'll be taking shots, but yes, if during the 30-minute period at the 3-hour mark, if you can make me laugh hard enough and I have to shove mouthfuls of stuff, you may just actually manage it. That's actually a great idea. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because that way I have some protein as well. Okay, moving on. A man has headbutted a car window and flown out like a dolphin in a dramatic end to a police chase. A Florida man decided to use his head quite literally to try and evade the law enforcement capture after an alleged bout of bad driving, and the Marion County Sheriff's Office was all jokes as it described what happened on its Facebook page on Thursday morning, noting that he came flying out like a dolphin from his car. You're probably wondering why Tyler Faye Consolo was arrested earlier this week. That's a great question and we'd love to tell you. That's one way to use your head, it said in all capitals. On an undisclosed date earlier in the week, Tyler had left a Circle K convenience store and gas station. in Ocala, Florida, a small city in the middle of the large southern state about 80 miles northwest of Orlando. As he exited, he apparently was driving at a high rate of speed and erratically at that. Tyler began driving at around 100 miles an hour, the department wrote, noting that such high speeds he was unable to maintain his lane and ran a red light. That was violation number 2. Dos. It's almost always Florida man, Ghostery. It's almost always Florida man because of the sunshine laws. We know this. Sheriff deputies who were patrolling at the time witnessed the strange sight and began to suspect that he was under the influence of alcohol or another substance, and drove so that the canine Corporal Esquivel decided to attempt a traffic stop. That proved futile, and he kept driving. Then he began several evasive maneuvers as he attempted to get away from Esquivel, who continued to pursue him. That led him to drive on the wrong side of the road. From there, he entered the Greenway Trailhead parking area, where 2 unsuspecting individuals were nearly hit by his recklessness as they sat parked at the entrance to the trailhead. That line was accompanied by a see no evil monkey emoji. Florida man morphs into bottlenose dolphin, flies out the window, catches fish. Charges. Well, if he became a See, here's the question. Here's the problem, though. Florida man immediately turns into dolphin, becomes grapey. Deputy Anaya Eck. What the hell is with these names? Was on the scene then, either arriving ahead of Fake and Solar and Esquivel as the ultimate destination of the chase became clearer, or joining them afterwards. Either way, the deputy dropped stop sticks, deflating each of the tires. That didn't stop the 24-year-old who just kept driving, though. He eventually smashed into a fence at a home on Southeast 23rd Street, which had a concrete base that disabled disabled his vehicle once and for all. He ran into a concrete fence. Yeah, okay, so that's disabling it, okay? Knowing that capture was imminent, he did the one thing you could think of, and it wasn't very smart. This is where Tyler used his head, and now how you should... And by now you should... What? This is where Tyler used his head, but now how should you? But not how you should, I presume it's supposed to say. He headbutted the passenger side window and came flying out like a dolphin. Viagra Dolphin, the sequel to Cocaine Bear. Oh. If it's a possibly fun and interesting crime, it's Florida man. If it's a disgusting, vile, degenerate, it's New York man. That's one way of putting it. I love this photo. Oh, come on, piss off. I wanted to zoom in on the photo. Deputies sicked a dog on him then, and the canine jet took a bite out of crime and out of Tyler. In Tyler fashion, he stopped using his head once again and thought of running from a canine as a good idea. He was transported to the hospital and treated, stating along the way that he was high as fuck. You know shit.
Why are you gay?
No! To deputies before he's ultimately transferred to the lovely Gold Star Hotel where he remains. That is to say, he was taken to jail and charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, aggravated fleeing with injury or damage, and resisting without violence. Resisting without violence. The canine thought he was a tuna. The cops just stood over his broken body making flipper noises. He would now likely face heavy fines, the revocation or suspension of his license, or even small amounts of jail time. Should be able to right-click the image. No, because I'm going to go to the footage anyway. We're going to watch it in real time. I gotta see this. Wait. Oh, come on! It was supposed to be a video! Oh, now I'm just disappointed. Screw you. Alright, fine. It was Flipper! He just Hang on, let me see if I can find the body camera footage. I need to watch this. Man breaks window. Dives out like dolphin. Please let that be there somewhere. Okay, Boston 25 News may have us covered. Yes! Thank you, Boston 25. Thank God. I needed to see this. I needed to see this. It's 7 minutes long, so we'll see how we go. Let's have a look. That's a canine unit. That is not my dog. Me trying to get away from my problems. Surprisingly, John, it's not one of those things that you specifically need. Impressive, but it would have hurt like fuck if he wasn't shit-faced. Yep.
Step 4, having 7th Street, northbound. Step 4, black male, unknown vehicles and messages.
Okay, so he's really swerving a little bit all over the place. Okay, did he mean to take that in? Oh, he's coming into oncoming traffic. Nicely done, dumbass. Did you hear the cop? He's doing a U-turn because he just shit himself. Do a flip!
10-4, back southbound.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, he pulled a Yui. This guy must be high as a fucking kite! Like, seriously.
Step 4, running intersection at 7th Street.
Through the red light. Okay, thankfully they sped up, which is good. Okay. Back into oncoming traffic by the looks of it.
15, 708, approaching for 40. Checking in time.
He said the runner shit himself. That's why he did the Yui. He's just done a Yui because he just shit himself going into oncoming traffic. The cops can't work out how to follow him. I thought the dogs were supposed to be better trained than that. He won't shut up. Florida man needs no drugs. Florida man is naturally high. That's a fair call. I'm amazed that no one was injured in this. I mean, no one aside from this idiot. Anyway. Into oncoming traffic again. They're charging for not wearing a seatbelt. Okay. When my cars are rocking, don't come a knocking. There was a couple getting busy in the car, and they had to blur it out. That's hilarious. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you? My apologies.
What's on baseline? Step 4, eastbound, Bandy Drive.
Okay, theoretically we should be coming up to it. I mean, he's coming into suburbs now, so there's got to be a wall somewhere for him to run into.
Light. Left turn on Almond Course.
All the fun crimes happen in Florida. Now they're in the hood. Yeah. The Shepherd does sound adorable, but at the same time, it's like, well, I thought they were supposed to be better trained than that. Surely, almost lost it. It's interesting because at no point prior to them entering the suburbs did they actually try a pit maneuver. It looks like they might be considering it now, but she is a chubby girl. And if you have a look in the back as well, over there, she's got a crocodile chew toy.
He drove out of it. Still coming towards 36 Ave, passing the plant right now.
That's the sound of the fur missile locking on. Wonder if he left a skid mark. We'll soon find out.
Left 3rd Street, pulling into a house.
Here we go. Okay. Okay. I didn't time it just right, but that was still funny. Hang on. I want to see if I can time it properly. How did he even do that? He is on drugs. Oh, that's funny.
Here, pop in the man, buddy. Shoot, ground now.
Do you have a fart sound? Yeah, I've got a fart sound. I don't generally use it though.
Yeah, hold on. Put both your hands behind your back. Let me get them off.
There you go, Mandy, just for you.
Hold on, let go of your hands.
The fur missile got him! Hang on.
Let me get them off. Hold on, let go of your hands.
Do it when he ejects from the car.
My life is threatened. Please.
Good dog, nom noms. Yep.
I thought I lost it. Give him a flashlight. I thought I dropped it back there.
Why are his pants down?
And I had my chain on. Somebody tried to rob me. Alright.
Somebody tried to rob me. Oh my god, this guy is freaking high as a kite. I had my chain on. Somebody was trying to rob me. What the
Good boy, good job, buddy.
Yeah, good boy. Good dog, girl.
That was a good bailout.
What was he charged with? DUI, aggravated flee and eluding, resisting arrest without violence. Okay, hang on. Where is he? No. Alright, just for you, Mandy. Nah, didn't quite get there. Oh, it's in slow-mo. There we go. Dolphin under the influence. Bad boys, what you gonna do when doggo comes for looking for you? No property damage, you wrecked that fence. I'd say there's probably gonna be a civil case over that, to be perfectly honest. God, that was funny. Okay, going from one wrecked car to another. Car crashes into Walker's Point wine bar. Suspect runs off. How many open container violations do you reckon he's going to get charged with? Milwaukee police are reportedly in pursuit of a suspect who crashed into Thelma Carolyn Wine in West Virginia. The business detailed the impact of the crash in a Facebook post, describing extensive damage to the establishment's facade, inventory, and antiques collection. Oh, no. The incident occurred on Friday, October 20. According to the social media post, the suspect fled the scene, leaving the business with a destroyed facade, thousands of dollars worth of inventory, priceless antiques, and irreplaceable time and work. The owner further noted that their hearts are completely shattered, much like their wine bottles. Just imagine the mum tears. Oh, yeah. That's just sad. That is what that is. Okay. So apparently they were required to prove that Tupac Shakur is actually dead at Keith D's murder trial in order to debunk various conspiracy theories. For anyone that doesn't know, the one guy that was apparently still alive and apparently was sitting in the car at the time of Tupac being shot is being tried. We know this. I want to make a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, but I'm not going to. Tupac Shakur's death is going to have to be proven in court in a bid to debunk any conspiracy theories surrounding the late rapper's murder. Shakur was killed in a drive-by shooting in 1996 at the age of 25. 27 years after his death, someone was finally arrested in connection with his murder. The person is Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a member of the South Side Compton Crips. Why now, though? I think because he thought he was going to get away with it if he bragged about it. He was arrested last month and is now waiting to stand trial. Davis will next be in court on November 2, where he is expected to plead not guilty to one count of murder with a deadly weapon. While it's clear that Shakur is dead, and has been for almost 3 decades, is it though? I mean, people are still looking for Elvis. Some conspiracy theorists are convinced that he faked his own death to get away from Jada. While it's clear that Shakur is dead, has been for almost 3 decades, they're convinced that he faked his own death. One theory is that the California Love rapper's bodyguard helped Shakur fake his death so he could hide in Cuba. Elsewhere, Suge Knight's son has posted odd things to social media claiming Shakur is alive and living in Malaysia. But the district attorney on Davis's case plans on debunking this and putting the rumours to bed. To do so, the Chief Deputy District Attorney Mark Diagiacomo and Binu Palal will show the court gruesome pictures of Shakur's corpse and close-up photos of his injuries. They will also show medical reports filed after his autopsy, the US Sun reports. This case will start with the prosecutors serving up proof that Tupac is dead. Imagine being so, well-known, so prolific, Imagine there being so many issues surrounding your death that they have to prove you're dead. I mean, it's a hell of an obituary. He wants the cred? Possibly. Obviously, this is one fact for the case, but will once and for all end any suggestions of Tupac faking his death or being smuggled abroad, an insider told the publication. They continued, certainly the jury will be shown disturbing photos of Tupac after his autopsy so that his cause of death can be explained by medical experts and the use of those images. There is no doubt that the deceased and the efforts the surgeons and trauma specialists made to revive him after the bullet wounds entered his chest and abdomen. Well, the bullets entered his chest and abdomen. The bullet wounds were there after the bullets entered his chest and abdomen. The insider went on to say that some of Shakur's close friends, fellow rapper Malcolm Greenidge included, will be asked to confirm that they have not spoken to the Changes hitmaker since his death. Greenidge was asked this question during the Davis grand jury hearing on September 29, where he confirmed that he hadn't spoken to Shakur since 1996. I should freaking well hope not. Yeah, she dreams. She occasionally, what do you call it? She does have nightmares, and I have to go over and give her pats and calm her down and that sort of thing. But she has some pretty vivid dreams at times. Oh, for God's sakes! And they just had to throw it in there too. Look, Jada Pinkett Smith reveals Tupac proposed to her while he was in jail. Can that woman's ego get any bigger? So yeah, is that? Vodka. Okay, so that's all the car-related stuff, which is good, because we have just enough time to start going through some of the other stuff. We're going to get a little bit into the nitty-gritty and the drama that's going on the internet, just because it's in the news, of all things. Social media has made its way into regular media, or mainstream media anyway. We're going to talk a little bit, briefly, about Kiwi Farms and Australia's attempt at undermining its proliferation on the internet. But I just want to say, I saw the video this morning of Eric July getting really upset when someone asked him what his favourite part of Iceland was. And he dropped his entire accent. I don't know if that was voice modded or if that was whatever else, but that was freaking funny. Jada needs to go away because nobody likes her. Yeah, pretty much. Tupac's autopsy pictures were on Rotten's website back in the day. Not that I ever looked at the site. Fair enough, Coke Fairy. Did he read it? She screams insecure. She is so insecure. Where are we? Okay. Bud Light tries to distance itself from the culture wars after Dylan Mulvaney fiasco as it announces a $3 million scholarship for families of America's fallen. They're actually going so far as to pull at the heartstrings and emotions to try and bring themselves back into being relative. Bud Light has announced a $3 million scholarship project for families of Americans fallen or disabled first responders, potentially as part of an effort to distance itself from the culture wars after the Dylan Mulvaney partnership fiasco. The beleaguered beer brand, parent company Anheuser-Busch, is providing the funds for affected spouses and children alongside Folds of Honor, the longest-standing charity partner for over 100 years. It comes after the popularity of the beer plummeted and sales dropped 30% when conservative consumers boycotted the drink over its partnership with 26-year-old transgender... Mulvaney's only 26? Anything they do now just looks shallow and fake. Just let it go. Let it go. Oh, wait. No, hang on. Where's my... Don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, no, it wasn't just the conservatives. We know this. Golly, Mulvaney looks fucking older than 26, though. Jesus. I thought the wound was older than 26. Oh, I wish I hadn't said that. The beer giant's PR disaster went from bad to worse when it swiftly broke off the contract with Mulvaney, and former Bud Light employees accused leaders of cowardice for failing to support the influencer. Well, who gives a shit what the former employees think? In what could be seen as a ploy to regain the loyalty of conservative shoppers, Bud Light's latest marketing campaign supports people disabled in the line of duty and bereaved relatives of the fallen first responders and veterans. Nope. Applications for the scholarship, which is also in partnership with the NFL, are now open and close on November 26. The CEO of Anheuser-Busch said that the brand stands firm with veterans and responders. Way to go from not butch at all to trying to butch it up to try and bring in the male drinkers again. Like, honestly, I sent you a pic in Discord. I'm sure you did, Dazza. I'm not going to pull it up. He influenced well. Bud Light is going in a better direction. Looks 50, but I guess undergoing certain procedures ages you. I believe that they are still pre-op, actually, but anyway. Still got his bits and no tits. What's that? I love how big your eyes got in agreement with me on JPS. Did you see Victoria's Secrets went back to using hot chicks? Yes, and we talked about that Wait, did we talk about that yesterday? Or was that on... No, we talked about that on Friday at the after party. That's what it was. Where are we? Together with the NFL, we stand firm in our commitment to support local communities and serving those who serve. Todd Allen, VP of Marketing for Bud Light, added, every second around the country, first responders perform selfless acts of heroism and unwavering commitment to their community and country, which is why I think it is completely unacceptable and disgusting that you were trying to hitch your wagon to that in order to pull yourselves out of the nosedive that you brought upon yourselves. As far as I'm concerned, you can go and get fucked. That's why Bud Light is proud to come together with the NFL and its network of teams and communities nationwide to support Folds of Honor by recognizing the first responders behind these acts and assisting their families who sacrifice so much. An NFL spokesperson also shared their pride to be involved with the mission honoring the dedication and sacrifice of first responders. Over the last 13 years, Anheuser-Busch, its brands and wholesale partners have donated $21.7 million to Folds of Honor, Folds of Honor's delivery of over 51,000 scholarships. Slowly, corporations are realizing they're being lied to by consultants. The move follows another commercial designed to win back conservative consumers. In July, Bud Light released an ad showing a woman eating a watermelon in the middle of a storm, with a reference to a popular meme of a dog sipping coffee as his home goes up in flames. The fuck has that got to do with a woman eating watermelon? Yeah, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Bud Light's historic decline came after it partnered with transgender influencer Mulvaney for a marketing campaign. In the controversial promotion, Mulvaney, 26, posted a video on April 1 of herself opening a Bud Light on her Instagram page. They showed off the customized can with their face on it, one of many corporate freebies they get and promote to their millions of followers. Bud Light was accused of alienating their traditional customer base by partnering with Mulvaney, which led to many conservatives, including Kid Rock, boycotting the brand. Conservatives have continued with the boycott, leading to the Belgian-based brewer to place 2 executives responsible for the partnership, Alyssa Hirschneid, the VP of Marketing, and her boss, Daniel Blake, on leave in April. Freedom Ring, hello, how you doing? More than 5 months after the fiasco, Bud Light sales were down 27% over a 4-week period in September against the same time period in 2022. But last month, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates brought 1.7 million shares of Anheuser-Busch on the back of the Wall Street analysts, encouraging investors to buy stocks in the drink brand. InBev CEO Michael Dookuris said in August during an earnings call that the company plans to provide financial support to US wholesalers through the end of December and make up for the lost Bud Light sales. But he also said internal polling shows that 80% of US consumers remain favorable or neutral towards the brand. 1, they want to enjoy their beer without a debate. 2, they want Bud Light to focus on beer. 3, they want Bud Light to concentrate on platforms that all consumers love, such as the NFL and music.
Why are you gay?
We are taking the feedback and working hard to earn our customers' business. Are you really, though? Some investors raised concerns about the company's discount on Bud Light. They couldn't give it away. They just... there was no... for them. Because why would there be? In early July, for example, one Michigan grocery store was offering a $15 rebate on a 24-pack of Bud Light, which normally sells for $20.90. They were that desperate to get $5 for a 24-pack that they were selling it for 75% off. Wait, what was that? Even the NFL I won't watch anymore. The Black National Anthem can get fucked according to Just Cause. Okay. Damn. We're taking the feedback and working hard. Blah, blah, blah. But Dookuris said the price increases over the last year have put the company in a better position to offer discounts. And he said the summer marketing campaigns were planned even before the Bud Light situation. Okay. Oh, this one needs a trigger warning. A woman is suing DoorDash after the driver tampered with her food during a sexual act. He put his sausage on her pizza. Actually, it's way worse than that. An Arizona woman filed a lawsuit against DoorDash alleging one of its drivers masturbated over her delivery order last year, according to local news reports. The woman, identified in the lawsuit only as SS, said she ordered Mexican food from Filberto's in Phoenix, Arizona in January 22, according to the news report from AZ Family. DoorDash deliveryman Jeffrey Reed Jacobs picked up her order from the restaurant, brought it back to his car in the parking lot, where he allegedly masturbated over the food. A Filberto's employee witnessed the alleged event and asked Jacobs to return the food, according to the court documents. He parked in the parking lot of Filberto's, where he then proceeded to masturbate and ejaculate onto the plaintiff's... I don't know that I have a sound for this. I don't even know what to... Oh, hang on. Wait. Where's it gone? No, not that one. Although it works. Damn it, I must have got rid of the spewing one. Oh well. Jacobs did not return the food and drove off with it instead. The employee then called DoorDash to report what they'd seen. But by the time DoorDash informed the woman of the event, 40 minutes later, she'd already eaten the food and not noticed the ejaculate on her food. I guess it just tasted extra salty for once. Ugh. The lawsuit was filed on October 11 in the Maricopa County Superior Court, according to the court document. Both DoorDash and Jacobs are listed as defendants. DoorDash did not immediately return the message's request for comment, but in a statement to the Phoenix New Times, a DoorDash spokesperson said the company is taking the allegations extremely seriously. I should friggin' well hope so. We are sickened and disgusted by reports of this horrible incident. If true, what the perpetrator did was vile, abhorrent, and inexcusable. You know what the irony is? How the hell are they going to prove this? If she'd already eaten it, the evidence was gone. All they've got to go on is the eyewitness testimony of the employee that saw him jerking off in the car. There's a good chance he's going to get away with this. No. The employee at the store saw him jerk off onto the food. He then delivered it to the person ate it. The DoorDash got in contact with her 40 minutes after the employee at the store reported it. For 40 minutes, this woman managed to sit down and eat her dinner that had cum all over it. It wasn't his first time jerking into food. I would assume not, based on how quickly he got away with it. Why? I mean, why? Yeah. What happened to a fucking sock? Come on, dude. Guess we know she swallows. Ugh. He'll come again and again. Stop this man. Well, Mighty, just so you're aware, you can order food from Filberto's in Arizona that may or may not get picked up by this guy. So, you know, just for your own pleasure, I'm just letting you know that, Mighty. This is why I don't trust delivery drivers, especially now when places all over the US decriminalize this behavior. Oh, damn it, Doggo Cam. Yes, say hello to Labracam. For anyone that's just coming in, this is Labracam. That is Angel. It is $50 to unlock the cam, which has already been done. And it is a $5 super chat to give her a treat. Tomorrow, we are switching to low salt and diet treats. Governor Hobbs will pardon him because he's a good boy. Ugh. No more home delivery from... See, at least here, when we get Uber Eats, they are required to put, like, stickers and stuff over it so that it's tamper-proof, or it's supposedly tamper-proof. This is... State Department raises alert for residents in Lebanon. Stuff's getting spicy. Where are we? The lawsuit reportedly says the woman experienced emotional pain and suffering and will continue to suffer in the future. Door splash. Ugh. DoorDash told the Phoenix Sun-Times that tampering with food is prohibited but extremely rare. DoorDash is waiting on clear evidence that the incident took place. I'm sorry, what now? Clear evidence that the incident took place. Well, like I said, the extra garlic mayo there is missing. So the clear evidence that the incident took place is in her stomach. It was just mayonnaise. Ugh. An alternate raid? What, as in Steph the alternate? Okay, hello. Wow, thank you, Steph. Much appreciated. You all get to come in just as we're talking about a DoorDash guy ejaculating over someone's food. So, you know, that's great. Okay, alright. I'm sorry, I thank you to everyone that's coming in on the raid. Steph, thank you so much for sending everyone over here just as I'm talking about someone masturbating over food. It's great timing. It's fucking great timing. Okay, let's move on then, shall we? The shocking moment a handcuffed murder suspect is beaten up by the family of his victim, a 15-year-old, in court after making a gesture to them. Because why the hell would you even bother doing that? Plus 20 subs? I doubt it. Yes, oh, and you missed the dolphin too. We'll take a vote. If you want to watch the dolphin video again later, we can. It's not an actual dolphin, it's a guy pretending to be a dolphin flying through a car window. So, a brawl broke out in the courtroom of a murder trial suspect after furious family members were provoked by the suspect. A handcuffed murder suspect was viciously beaten by the family of his alleged victim after he appeared to make a gesture towards them in a Texas court. Victor Rivas, 18, was inside the Bexar County courtroom where he was on trial for murder over the death of Ethan Soto, 15, when a dramatic brawl broke out on Friday. Because, why not? In the video footage, Soto's family members are seen jumping the petition and attacking Rivas, who allegedly provoked the group by making a gesture at them. The footage showed a group of at least 4 people throw punches at Rivas, who had his hands handcuffed behind his back. He just looks like a peach, doesn't he? Police tried to peel the attackers off the alleged killer, while bystanders watched the incident unfold in shock. Hey, hang on. This was still during the trial, so he hadn't actually been found convicted yet. So they do still have to say alleged killer. According to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, 4 people were arrested after the violent outbreak, including 2 adult males and 2 juvenile males. To be fair, juvenile males, I kind of feel like they should have just let them have at it. This is what court should be like. Oh, no shit. We actually do have some new subscribers. Casanova, hello. Thank you very much for subbing. Appreciate it. Rivas, who was 17 at the time of his alleged crime, was arrested in August 22 and charged with murder after he was accused of shooting Soto in what appeared to be revenge for a drug robbery. Judge Ron Rangel, administrative judge for the Bexar County Criminal Courts District, said, "You think about courtrooms, you're bringing the victims of violent crimes with the people accused of committing those violent crimes, so oftentimes the courtrooms can be powder kegs. That's why you have bailiffs, though. Clearly someone didn't actually, clearly someone couldn't be bothered to try and just do their job, but, this one's a little bit interesting. We will watch the footage, because I'm curious to see exactly how badly he got his head caved in. The judge has been forced to hit the courtroom's panic button after the brawl broke out. Rangel said it's unlikely that any of the people charged will be allowed to attend to future court hearings. Yeah, see, throw money at the Aussie if you want to see the doggo eating treats. Well, there is that. Here's the thing. We all know that it's a high emotion, highly temperamental area. Yes, they do have Captain Pipto. The judges do have a panic button. Almost every judge will have a panic button in their courtroom, which will basically have all the bailiff and security staff from the courthouse basically converge on the area. That's like where you see those videos where someone tries to escape, or if they try to. The judge probably hit the button when Chabusiness decked her lawyer. Not that I think that the bailiff that was there didn't already do his job, but that's sort of why we saw 3 or 4 more bailiffs come running in the door and crash tackle at her. Rivas' attorney, Adam LaHood, in the hood, told KSAT that they were in court on Friday for a routine preliminary hearing, and he said the outburst was certainly unexpected and not something you ever want to see happen. No. Panic button opens a tunnel that the judge falls through and enters the Batcave. Look at how many bailiffs got called into the room. I'm really hoping that the footage is clearer than those photos, but you can guarantee that it won't be. We have another new subscriber, Belzinski. Hello. Wait, is that Belzinski? Belsky, apologies. The shooter reportedly lured his victim from his home in May 22 after Soto stole THC cartridges from him. His mother tried to ease the tension between the boys by paying Rivas for the cartridges that Soto stole, according to an affidavit. Rivas shot at Soto during the May altercation, but Soto did not suffer any injuries. Later that day, Rivas messaged an underage girl on Instagram asking if she would set up a drug deal with him, which she did for the following day. The girl told Soto she was nearby the agreed location and he went to meet her. However, he was confronted by Rivas, who ambushed him and allegedly shot him to death. Oh, we hit the 100 likes? Excellent. Thank you so much, people. Also, for those of you that are coming in, because now I can see there's 120 extra people in here, just so you're aware, this Saturday coming up, I'm doing Sourced Saturday. You got the opportunity to make me have shots or make my way through the Tears of Fear, wherein, when people make me laugh on stream, I will be forced to ingest worse and worse things. It starts at Nutella and it ends at wasabi. There's a whole bunch of things in between, and there is a secret mystery one as well if we hit a high enough tier. So basically, it's, can we get him drunk enough to spew on stream? Is what it really boils down to, peeps. I look forward to seeing you all there. Anna Marie Kerwood liked and subscribed. Lovely, thank you. Underage girl, is there even a legal age for drug deals? No, there's not, but what they're specifying there is that she's under the age of 18, And they're just Sourced Saturday. I hope it doesn't involve pizza. No. Sourced, as in drunk. Yes, Nutella is yummy, half Irish, which is why that's what I'm basically going to be doing as a baseline. So, no, it's not the DoorDash special sauce. No, it is not. That is nowhere on the list. Nope. Okay, where are we? A city has ordered a risque Halloween display to be taken down because it's a bunch of skeletons standing around as as a stripper skeleton does her thing. Residents in a Utah town are buzzing about a certain Halloween display and how it's blowing up on social media. It started when Christopher Fujishin, okay, I'm not being racist, but I'm fairly confident this guy's going to be Japanese, put up the skeleton pole dance on a city street sign. He said the only backlash he received was caught on camera when a neighbor kept coming over to cut it down. It may be a little risque for some people, but it's all in the name of fun, he said. Then the city posted a photo of the display to its Facebook page, telling him that he had until 9 PM to take it down since it's against city code. But clearly it was funny enough for you to actually post it on your Facebook page and promote it, which I think's a little bit tongue-in-cheek there, local council. I find it very funny, half Irish. I find it very funny. The post took off with a skeleton in the display serving $1 bills. Others were serving their opinions in the comments section on Facebook. Oh, we have another new subscriber. Thank you very much to Angie Nielsen. Welcome. The post took off with a skeleton on display. I guess teaching our kids respect, decency, and manners has gone by the side. Are you fucking kidding me? It's Halloween, for God's sakes. A day when people dress up, or when they traditionally dressed up, in order to disguise themselves as creatures and prevent being, I don't know, attacked by demons and werewolves and vampires or whatever else. You're really talking to me about decency? Have you been to a college Halloween party? Like, seriously. Slayer Selections, liked and subscribed. Lovely, thank you. I have a bottle of 120 proof whiskey. I'll try and catch up for a couple. Okay, alright. Oh look, Marty's actually doing what he's got his wrench for. And he's actually passing it out there. When they dress up as sexy cats and naughty nurses. But this is what they have an issue with. I mean, we have teachers that are literally screwing students in school, but they're worried about a skeleton that's been designed to look like it's a stripper. It's not like she's got any meat on her. Fujishin moved the skeletons off city property, and that night made the display even bigger, adding lights, music, and more skeletons. Neighbors have even dropped off their own decorations to add to it. We look forward to keeping this going and getting a little more elaborate as we go. I love this. I'm loving this. This is hilarious. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what they had to say about it.
It's the talk of the town.
Have you guys seen the street sign skeleton thing around town?
Inside the Outpost restaurant, local.
Wait. It was the talk of the town, and she's sitting there going, "Have you guys seen the skeleton street sign thing? Do you know about it?" Exactly. She's hardly taking a bone. Exactly, Jimbo.
Are buzzing about a certain Halloween display and the way it's blown up on social media.
We know what it's like for Ted.
It all started days ago when Christopher Fujishin put up the skeleton pole dance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wait?
He says the only backlash he received was caught on camera a neighbor who kept coming over to cut it down.
Maybe a little risque for some people, but it's all in the name of fun.
Then the city posted the display to its Facebook
Oi,
page.
you're not a skeleton stripper. Stop showing the camera your butt.
9 p.m. that night to remove it since it's against city code.
That's great. Hang on. Where it started, how it started, and where it ended. I think the skeleton's doing a good job here, and I love the attention to detail. The hat on the skeleton on the left, Why does the other skeleton have his hand in his mouth? There's a black skeleton. I really hope that's not what it is, a spray fleck. I'd like to think that the whole, what do you call it? I mean, blood's the same color. I'd like to think that skeletons are the same color, but oh my god, I think that's hilarious. So this is why you got in trouble initially, is because it was attached to city property.
And city code.
I think it brings a lot of good humor that we need.
Of course it brings humor.
The post took off, so So while this skeleton was serving ones, others were serving their opinions in the comments section, writing things like, I guess teaching our children...
Is it because it's not the right poll? Quite possibly. The purple hair, yep.
The kids understand what that is. Maybe the problem's not the skeleton dancing on the pole. Maybe it's something else.
Fugitian moved the
wow, way to just...
that night made the display...
Girls. City property is taxpayer property. Exactly. They should, if they want some skeletons to get a boner, they should be allowed to do it.
Like even bigger, adding lights, music, and
I love this.
Neighbors are even dropping off their own decorations to add to it.
We look forward to keeping this going and getting it a little bit more elaborate as we go.
Yeah, they went all out with the decoration. I love that. That's hilarious. See, that's just a bit of good-natured fun. That's how Halloween should be. That's how life should be. Just a bit of fun. The skeleton display could have been much worse. Adding the lights was chef's kiss. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Oh my god. All right. We're not going to talk about that. I'll save that one for later. All right. So let's get into the drama side of things. I'm probably going to get my... Well, you know what? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to bring adding to the collection. That's awesome. America! Legal Vices and I come from the same part of Utah. You should ask him how surprising this is. I shall do. I shall reach out and see what he has to say. Kiwi Farms has made it all the way into the mainstream media again because one of the company backers is being fined $400,000. Defamation in the internet age. Could a $400,000 Australian court ruling silence the notorious online forum Kiwi Farms? I very much fucking doubt it. Particularly when you actually look at what's going on behind the scenes in this. This is more of an inflammatory news headline. But an Australian company that helped the website remain accessible has been ordered to pay damages, but the legal arguments remain unsettled. An Australian company has been found to have helped keep the notorious forum Kiwi Farms accessible online and has been ordered to pay more than $400,000 in damages after a successful defamation action in the Victorian Supreme Court. The case is just the latest installment in a long-running saga that has pitted activists against the website that will not stay down, nor should it. There's only a couple of things that I have issue with this, okay? And I'll get to it when we get later into the article. I'm not a fan of what people say on Kiwi Farms, but I don't believe in restricting people's freedom of speech. If I did, I'd make a far bigger gripe over the hate mail I get, over any number of things. They've got a right to post what they want. You'll see where there is one problem that I have with this, and it's later on in the article. The case is just the latest installment of a long-running saga that's pitted activists against the website that will not stay down, raising sticky questions about who's responsible for harmful online speech. The only thing sticky about this is Josh's hand after he's done. For more than a decade, Kiwi Farms has had a well-documented history of sparking campaigns of relentless doxing, often targeting LGBTQ+ people. While it is flickered on and off, it remains online now. Exactly. Free speech includes speech that we do not like. Liz Fong Jones, a long-time crusader against the site, brought the action over what she asserted in court documents as an abusive, transphobic, defamatory thread targeting her on the forum since August last year. In hundreds of posts, the Kiwi Farms users discussed information about her work, her partner, and her family. That's pretty par for the course for the farms. They shared vile and baseless allegations that she was a rapist and a liar, and that she had molested and threatened subordinates, which the judge found caused serious harm to her very good reputation. We all know the hate mail comes from me and you bitch about it. And if you bitch about it, it will increase. That's exactly my point. Messages. Here's the issue that I have. They touched the cow. And as far as I'm aware, that's against the rules of the farm. Is it specifically, you watch from afar, you laugh, you say whatever the hell you want, but you don't touch the cow. Messages were sent to her work colleagues and posted on her employer's online videos. They're actively engaging with her. That's different to just having free speech. That's actively trying to affect her life. That I'm not okay with. In September 22, a picnic with supporters she hosted in Sydney's Hyde Park was surreptitiously photographed, and pictures of the participants were posted to the forum too. Run by Joshua Moon, one of Kiwi Farm's main activities is the sustained exposure of people that the site deems worthy of derision, as the site describes it, lol cows that are milked for entertainment. What is touching the cow? Touching the cow is, so basically anyone that is talked about on the farms is considered a lol cow. Someone worthy enough to make fun of, to lol, to laugh at them. They're a lol cow. What they do is for jokes or whatever. The same person teaching Hayden's speech. The point is, you don't interact with the cow. You can watch from afar, you can laugh, but you don't directly intervene or interfere. The case claimed that a Brisbane-based company, Flow Chemical, and its sole director, Vincent Zhang, were instrumental in its publication and for keeping it accessible, even though they were not the authors of the defamatory Kiwi Farms thread. That's where I sort of have an issue with this court case as well, because it's not actually aimed at Josh, it's not aimed at the farms. It's this Zen guy and a chemical company that supposedly provided him with funding or whatever else. 3/4 of the spurs on the farms actively escalate things beyond the internet. They're often... Okay. Your Honor, my client says he's guilty and pleads cry about it. Because the matter was undefended, moron, an interlocutory judgment was made against Flow Chemical and Zen in July, and Fong Jones was awarded damages of $445,000 plus costs this week. A former Google engineer and activist who has advocated for transgender rights, Fong Jones had long been a target online, not only on Kiwi Farms, but on other infamous message boards and alt-right blogs. This attention spiked in 2017 after internal discussions at Google over gender differences were leaked online. In the years since, the abuse had slowed, but in 2022, Clara Sorrenti... Oh, fuck. I didn't read this far into the article. In the years since, the abuse has slowed, but in 2020, Clara Sorrenti, a Canadian live streamer and transgender activist known as Keffels, became Kiwi Farms' latest fixation. She fled to Europe in August last year for safety. Fong Jones told Guardian Australia that she could not sit on her hands. She joined the hashtag #DropKiwiFarms movement, which lobbied Cloudflare, a cloud service provider that protects web traffic, to stop service to the site. Cloudflare rejected these calls, but by September 22, the mood had changed. In a blog post, the chief executive, Matthew Prince, claimed targeted threats had grown to the point where he believed there was an unprecedented emergency, an immediate threat to human life, and Kiwi Farms was no longer protected. Cloudflare was the only shield that Kiwi Farms was still hiding behind. Moon tried to keep the site alive, jumping from service to service. A statement on the site claimed that it was not a place that condoned criminal behaviour. Liz and other activists continued to go on the offensive. Each time Kiwi Farms popped back up, they lobbied the provider to drop it. A team grew. There was Clay, a former Kiwi Farms user himself who could translate the site's insider language, and Kathleen Lorelei, who found she had skills at communicating and maintaining morale over the many months that it would take to try and keep the site offline. And yet it really didn't, did it? I mean, the farms for a period there was on the dark web. You could access it through Tor, whatever else. I haven't checked recently. As far as I'm aware, it's back on the clear web, using a specific... it's not a .com.au or .net or anything. It's like a very specific URL. I think the Telegram still has the link in it if you are so inclined. Since when has Lucas ever worked for Google? Not sure. Where'd you get? Are you getting ahead of me? He said the magic word, alt-right. Woot woot. Yeah. She fled from the law. Well... .onion equals a dark web. Does it really, though? Even before the Cloudflare victory happened, we knew this was going to be a long engagement, she said, and a little-known Australian connection, Flow Chemical, was to offer a new angle. Digging into the infrastructure behind Kiwi Farms when it was accessible online, Fong Jones and her team found that there were blocks of IP addresses that appeared to be obtained from an Asia-Pacific Network Information Center, which administers IP addresses for the Asia-Pacific. Flow Chemical was the registered owner of these IP blocks, according to court documents. A subset of one which allows 1776 Solutions LLC to host the Kiwi Farms website. Its sole director, business records show, is a Brisbane man named Vincent Zen. For a while, it was just another weird fact about the site. No one really had any idea whether this was a red herring. No one thought about the implications as far as Australian law was concerned. Something I don't understand about the DoorDash delivery person's likes... looks like a white woman, but a black man pulls up with your delivery. What? Oh, yeah. When people use the other accounts to move and change as to who's actually doing the delivery. No, you know what really frustrates me, Mandy? When the delivery driver, when you order express because you want your food piping hot or you want to get a child into the bath and then to bed or something like that, and it gets assigned to somebody on a bicycle from the other side of town. That annoys me. DoorDash, Uber, that annoys me. Fong Jones, an American, spends part of each year in Australia, and this connection meant she also had recourse at the local legal system. At first, she tried getting action against Kiwi Farms and Flow Chemical via the Australian authorities, including the e-safety commissioner. I think I've got that. Hang on. Josh's response was hilarious. Kiwi Farms, Australia. There's a document. And he sent back a response. Shit, where is it? There it is. Australian Government E-Safety Commissioner. Okay, well, yeah, so that was... Is this the... I think this might be the one... I think this might even be her. No, alright, so we'll go through the e-safety complaint after this, because it's his response was hilarious. Just order boba tea so I can boob caddy some cups while hanging on Discord with the fellas. Lovely. Apparently Lucas was living in my city, but apparently someone sent them hate mail and took pictures outside their flat. Oh, okay. Alright. The agency attempted to contact Kiwi Farms in May 22 with the takedown notices for Class 1 material, a category of illegal and restricted online content. But the site ignored the request, telling the e-safety commissioner to shove its fines up its arse, according to the documents obtained under FOI. It's the same document, and we're going to go through it. A spokesperson for the e-safety commissioner told The Guardian Australia that the commissioner has no power to seize IP addresses or servers, as there is no evidence Flow Chemicals directly hosted Kiwi Farms discussed forums where the thread was posted. The spokesperson said it had no power to issue a notice to the company. Then Fong Jones started to look into her private rights of action, bringing the defamation case in May this year. For her, the Australian lawsuit had motivations, both strategic and personal. The defamation, the threats to my life, the attempt to get me fired, they've gotten so extreme that it's important at this point to vindicate my reputation, to show that there are consequences for engaging in this activity specifically against me. Both Zen and the company were found to have attempted to avoid service and did not accept a reasonable settlement offer according to the judgment, and ultimately did not defend the case. Okay, so they actually had it, they actually had this where they had contact with Zen. See, I thought it was just a case of, they served the documents, it was a default judgment because there was no defense, there was no interaction, whatever else. But they've actually been in interaction with them. That's interesting. Holding the owner of IP addresses liable for defamation reaches deep into the infrastructure of the internet and is a disputed area of law. But David Rolfe, a defamation expert at the University of Sydney Law School, said that because the case was undefended, arguments about whether it constituted publication by this form of the internet intermediary remained unsettled. No, I agree. Josh is not responsible for what Kiwi Farms users post on his website. It's open to future cases for people in similar positions, but because of that, I do believe that if there is an instance, then there should not necessarily be anonymity, or there should be recriminations as a result of exploiting that anonymity if you do it to commit a criminal action. I do believe that there should be something along those lines. I haven't really, thought too much about that, to be perfectly honest, so don't go lynching me just yet, people, okay? Just like Google, YouTube is not responsible for content posted by globalist-funded media. They attack the common YouTube user for the same content. The pressuring of companies that provide online infrastructure to drop the farms have been criticised by groups such as the Electronic Frontier Foundation, which recently warned site blocking, whatever form it takes, almost inevitably cuts off legal as well as illegal speech. Catherine Alejandra Cross, who studies online harassment, waded into the minefield in a recent Wired piece. Arguing that organisations like Cloudflare are illegitimate targets for grassroots activism feels arbitrary and mostly disconnected from the ongoing battles in the rest of the world. Authoritarian censors were doing their fell work long before the Kiwi Farms victims began to fight back. Fong Jones's crusade against the farms has been slow and taxing, both financially and emotionally. While the damages and costs awarded from the case might help pay for things like personal protection, she said it doesn't make up for the years of harassment. Have a cup of concrete, sweetheart, and harden the fuck up. The only reason that I have any sort of issue with it is they directly tried to influence your life. If they wanted to sit around and laugh at you, I have no issue with them saying anything they want online. Directly intervening and involving themselves in your life is where I draw the line. Oh, Angel, you could at least sleep in your bed, girl. She needs a twin-size mattress. I've got a twin-size mattress, I just didn't want to put it in here. Sounds like he had her feelings hurt. Shame it had all come to this. Yeah. Following the judgment, Lorelei said she was looking forward to this weight being lifted off Fong Jones's shoulder. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm proud of her. As for the next, Lorelei said they had plans upon plans. It's a little bit of whack-a-mole, but any time the site is not actively harassing people, people can breathe a sigh of relief. Zhang, who I'm not surprised, did not respond to a request for comment. She loves the bed. She does. I'm surprised. She's making me look bad here. But anyway. Alright. We'll have a look at the E-Commissioner document, and then I've really got to get out of here. Adult Cyber Abuse Complaint. ACA 22-0123-830. Complaint eligibility. Does this matter relate to intimate, nude, or sexual images that have been shared without consent? No. Does the person who has been targeted by material reside in Australia? Yes. Well, arguably you were only here half the year, so... but anyway. Which age bracket best describes how old the target is? 25 to 39. Is a complaint about material targeting you? Yes. How are you feeling? We want to check how you're doing right now. During the past 2 weeks, have you been more worried or nervous than usual? Have you felt more down or sad or angry than usual? I love that they've used Section 45 of the Privacy Act to redact the answers to this. Section 47F is what my Heard documents had the whole way through it. They had big blocks of colour and just the words Section 47F written on it, because they redacted anything with personal information. This pisses me off. Have you been more worried or nervous than usual? Yeah, of course she has. Why else would she be making this complaint? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you using that? What is happening is objective and different from person to person. Well, I mean, if it's different from person to person, it would be subjective. Not that I'm taking the piss for being wrong, but anyway. Describe to us in more detail how you're feeling right now, or if you or anyone else has reached out support. Do you have someone you can talk to about how you feel? Yes. Do you have concerns about contacting the person in this post in the material? Yes. Outline the concerns. Okay. Joshua Moon has a long history of retaliating against people who report his content by further posting inflammatory material inciting violence against them. For instance, see Section 47F1. For the last time I filed a complaint against him. Presumably that was a link to the website. He has previously posted my home address. Joshua Moon has been attempting to harass transgender people globally, including transgender people in Australia, into committing suicide. He hosts a website called Kiwi Farms that also hosted the Christchurch shooting video that's irrelevant to your claim, and the Buffalo shooting, which may have been subject of previous e-safety takedown requests, which he ignored. Again, that's irrelevant to your claim. Is this a psych evaluation? It kind of sounds like it. Currently, although Kiwi Farms' content is mostly offline, he is publicly naming such people as targets along with libelous material about us that would lead people to falsely believe we are harming children and that the violence against us is justified. See, I didn't realise this is the same person that they were talking about in the news article. Subscribe, but now I have to go. Found you via Steph. It's 1 a.m. in the old country. Take care and look forward to more of this. No worries, Jimbo. Thank you for dropping by. Very much appreciate it. Just so you're aware, everyone that has subscribed, or if you are watching and have not yet subscribed, when I do my credits roll, your name will appear. Please indicate which of the following behaviours are involved in your complaint. You may select more than one. Incitement of violence, abusive behaviour, threats of violence, lies and defamation, and doxing. Where's it happening? Provider name, Cloudflare Australia, Pty Ltd. Have you reported it? Yes. When did you report it? 3 years prior. Is the material still online? Yes. Here's the URL. Your username, not applicable. Please provide usernames of the person posting the material. Null, Joshua Moon. See, I'm interested. I haven't bothered to actually look into any of this. But I mean, she's specifically saying that it's Josh that's actually doing the posting, which as far as I'm aware is not necessarily the case. It's usually the other farmers that are doing this sort of shit, so... do you have evidence of the report you made to the provider? Yes. Attached period is the Kiwi Farms upload, letter to Cloudflare, contact details, all of which are redacted, but now we know exactly who it is. Are you of Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander origin? They've bothered to redact that. She's Asian and from outside the country, so the answer's going to be no. Complaint eligibility. Does this matter relate to intimate images? No. Does the person who has been targeted with material reside in Australia? Yes. Hang on. Is this is this another one? Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. No, because she's reported it again. What is happening? Some of my personal information has been published on Kiwi Farms, which I believe was an action made as a way to intimidate me from publicly criticising the forum. The person who administrator and owns the forum has publicly stated on their official contact page that they do not respond to removal requests, and at worst will post emails sent to the administration that request removal. The user posting the information, the users see, and here's the thing: she specifically says the users posting the information go by, and here's the usernames, so it's not Josh doing it. The information's been compiled and shared on the website. My date of birth, full name, email address, links to screenshots of social media posts. They have posted insulting posts about me, cry me a river, but I don't think that's something I'm concerned with. After considering my circumstances, I've become paranoid that if they use the information they've already posted to help find such and such, any attempts undertaken to harass or falsely call the police on me will put myself and other people in potential danger. The farms has been linked to harassment, stalking, and swatting, falsely calling police in response, of people that they've targeted in the past. I'm worried that my, redacted, has made me a potential target that some users on the forum are considering. New Zealand Kiwi gets mad at Kiwi Farms. Currently, I do not believe that I'm in any immediate danger, but the situation feels like slippery ice, especially because people who have done nothing or know nothing about the farms, that is, the people who redacted, may get dragged into the situation they don't deserve to be in. Okay. Please indicate which following behaviours are involved in your complaint. You may select more than one. They included that in the previous one, but they've redacted it out of this one. Outline the reasons why you... What? Have you reported it to the provider? No. Outline the reasons why you haven't reported it to the provider. Because they specifically don't respond, would be my guess. Please provide the URLs, usernames. See, all this... It gives me the shits when all this is redacted. Class 1 removal notice. Dear LOLCAL LLC, please find attached important correspondence from the E-Safety Commissioner for your attention. Regards, the Safety Commissioner. It's a copy of an email that was sent to Josh. I can't believe he actually has a legal@kiwifarms.net email address. That's funny. Here's the letter. To LOLCAL LLC, removal notice requirement for your removal of Class 1 material from your service requiring immediate attention. I'm a delegate of the E-Safety Commission for the purposes of Section 109 of the Online Safety Act, Commonwealth. We enclose a removal notice given to you under Section 109 of the Act. The notice will require you to take all reasonable steps to ensure the removal of material described in Attachment A from your service within 24 hours of the notice being given. If you require additional time to comply, please let us know at requests. They go through the background, material disclosed in Attachment 1 to the notice. Form the view that material is provided on your service, which is designated an internet service within the meaning of the Act. Material is Class 1 material within the meaning of Section 106 of the Act. Material can be accessed by end users in Australia, and your service is not an exempt service under Section 109. On that basis, I've given you the notice. Required action requires you to take all reasonable steps to remove the material from your service within 24 hours. Under Section 111 of the Act, you must comply with the requirement under removal notice to the extent that you're capable of doing so. Failure to comply with the notice may result in an infringement notice of $2,664 for an individual and $13,000 for a body corporate. Non-compliance may also lead to commencement of civil proceedings for a further civil penalty of up to $111,000 or $555,000 for a body corporate, which is what's happened. I mean, that's roughly the exact same amount that Fong has gotten for her defamation claim. Dear LOLCAL LLC, yeah, I think that's a bit funny. What's AU going to do? Arrest Josh? No, they were just going to try and fine him through the nose. Look, I'm fully aware that this is really irrelevant. And you will see exactly why once you see Josh's response. And I agree with Josh on this. I do. I kind of feel like if you're going to do this sort of stuff, like the e-safety commissioner, if they're going to try and police the internet, there needs to genuinely be some sort of treaty or accord with all countries around the world. Because otherwise it's just, you know, AU's going to mail him a cassowary. That's the removal notice. No one cares. That's a copy of the attachment, the information sheet. No one cares about. Here we go. Here's Josh's response. They redacted the email address despite the fact that the email address was already included. Get fucked, you goddamn wallaby humper. Fine away. This is a US website, you fucking moron. The material stays up. Shove your fines up your ass. Nicely done, Josh. Good afternoon, all. Please see the social listing report below. Kiwi Farms received one of the 8 notices issued by eSafety back of the Buffalo shootings and was the only site to respond publicly. Commentary on the tweet is predominantly saying that Australia has no jurisdiction over a US site hosted in the US and run by a US citizen. You think? The Government of Australia's eSafety Office submitted a complaint to the Kiwi Farms threatening up to $550,000 fine for non-compliance. They demand that information, including text messages related to the recent shootings in Buffalo, New York, be scrubbed. And that's the copy of the email sent to Cloudflare, who also was served with a copy of the notice. A whole bunch of stuff that was redacted. Cloudflare, this was basically Cloudflare was bowing to it because they basically said, okay, well, now we have to have a meeting with the Australian government, and they were flexible as to timings. Cloudflare eSafety meeting discuss eSafety's Section 199 request for information notice. Basically, they were trying to get details out of Cloudflare as well as to the registration. So, this request is in connection with a complaint with the eSafety Commissioner on the 29th of August 2022, as well as the removal notices previously issued to the operator of Kiwi Farms at Lolcal LLC. Thank you for taking your time to put through a report to us on the online abuse that is happening to you. We're sorry to hear this happen, blah, blah, blah. So, that's basically where that boiled down to. So, this case going to dissolve AU Parliament? No. Consider this a boomerang case back at you? Well, you know. I mean, look, I think that there's certain reciprocity. I think you can actually register international jurisdiction judgments. So if for example, if they'd sued Josh here and they'd received the default judgment, I'm pretty sure they can register that judgment in a US court through various ways, shapes, or forms. I think, don't quote me on that, I'd need to double check. It's the same sort of thing, you can do that here in Australia across multiple jurisdictions. If someone has an award in a Victorian court, you can cross-register it in another state, and I'm almost certain that the UK, the US have reciprocity in terms of judgments against individuals. Particularly when people are dodging or if they're using it as a way to avoid paying up. I don't know that you'd necessarily get extradited over it, but wish Mosh would stop being gay and get over the spat he's having with rackets. Oh, Josh. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I'm not really going to comment on that. That's really between them. I just thought I'd bring this up because this made the news, which, you know, it's interesting. So yeah. So this chick apparently managed to sue for defamation over what was included on the farms. So it'll be interesting to see exactly where this goes. Keep in mind, we don't know what the dodging avoiding was, just that they claim it. That is true too, Trenton. But anyway. Alright, where are we? I don't know that I have a just me and the doggo yet. So, you know what? I might have to do it here. Alright guys, I gotta go get to work and get some stuff done. But, by all means, please remember to hit the like and subscribe. Thank you to everyone that sent through Super Chats and to all the new subs. I very much appreciate that. As always, please remember, you are not a piece of shit. You do have value and you do contribute to society, especially if you double check whether or not you've done the YouTubey things. And I shall catch you all here back same time here tomorrow. And as always, stay healthy, wealthy, wise, and I'll catch you on the flip side. But don't forget, coming up Saturday, get me pissed and get me spewing. Sauce Saturday is back, people. So, I'll see you all then. Oh, the dolphin. Oh, crap. I forgot the dolphin video. Hang on. Shit, where did it go? Okay. Nope, wrong one. Side by side. No, we want the doggo cam. We want the dolphin video. We want the dolphin video. Hang on, let me pull up the audio too so that I can make sure that I've got it ready to go. Alright. For anyone that didn't see it, this guy was high as a kite, off his face, and he pretty much decided to use his head as a way to exit his vehicle.
He drove out of plane right now. 3rd Street.
Right, here we go, here we go. Now, can I get the timing right? I doubt it, but let's try. That will never not be funny. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all later. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned for the credits if you sent through a super chat or you subbed. And yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers, guys.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.